Hey guys, what's up? It's Drew Fraser again, back to talk about some Blu-rays, and this week I decided to talk about my guilty pleasure Blu-rays slash my bad Blu-rays, because they kind of go hand in hand, except that some I like and some I don't like. Why do I own movies I don't like? I don't know. Anyway, let's get started. So, this isn't in any particular order at all. I'm just gonna pick them up and talk about them pretty much. And so first up we got Bullet to the Head, which is a guilty pleasure. I actually like this movie. No, it's not good, but I think Sylvester Stallone's actually really awesome in this movie, and Jason Momoa is an awesome bad guy, and it has an awesome axe fight scene. It's really fun, it's really stupid. If you like dumb action movies, watch it. Next up is The Notebook, and you know what? This is actually a guilty pleasure for me. Yes, I actually like this movie. The reason why I would say it's actually kind of bad is because I only like 50% of the movie. I like the scenes with Ryan Gosling. I hate it when it goes to the old people. But you know what? The moments I do like, I actually like. And I find enjoyment out of this movie. And I love Ryan Gosling. Next up is Silent House. And this is a bad movie. I do not like this movie. I got this it was like a pawn shop that was selling Blu-rays, and it was like $4. I've never seen it. I wanted to check it out because I heard it was all done in one shot. And you know what? It is in a way, except it wasn't. Yes, the film has like one continuous shot, but I actually found out it was edited together to look like it was, so it actually wasn't done in one shot, which just kind of takes away from the whole movie, and it has one of the dumbest endings. I just did not like it. If you liked it, that's okay, because opinions are cool. Next up is The Happening, and this is a guilty pleasure. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite comedies. If you ever want a good time laughing at horrible dialogue, bad acting, bad direction, this is it. This is like the equivalent to The Room for me. I love The Happening. We got a weird one up next. It's Magic Mike. Now here's the thing. This is actually about like 81% on Rotten Tomatoes. So that's pretty good. The reason I feel guilty about liking it is because it's a movie about male strippers. It's really well directed. It actually has some great acting all around the board, except for the girl. I hate the lenses they used on the camera. It's like piss yellow the whole movie. I didn't like that. But anyway, I actually really like this movie. I only feel guilty about it because if I tell people I like Magic Mike, I look weird. Alright, next up is Pain and Gain. And this is a guilty pleasure for me. I really like this movie. It's actually like rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's in the 40s. So most critics didn't like it. And also Michael Bay directed it. And in the film community, you know, Michael Bay gets a lot of hate. But I thought this movie was really fun. I thought it was really self-aware, and I think that it knew what it was. And Dwayne Johnson gives an awesome performance in it. He's really over the top, but he pulls it off, and I think it's worth checking out personally. Alright, next up is Only God Forgives. If you watched my Steelbook video, which I'll put in a link down below if you didn't, I had the Steelbook of this too. This is my regular copy. This is a guilty pleasure for me. I don't think it's a good movie. I wouldn't recommend this to anyone to watch, actually, unless you like Ryan Gosling and Nicholas Winding Refn, because it really has awesome direction, and it has some absurd violence in it. The tone's all over the place. It's really weird. I enjoy it, but I get why people don't. Next up is Alien vs. Predator 1 and 2. I really like these movies. They're a guilty pleasure for me. I actually saw the first one in theaters, and it scared the shit out of me. But I still had a lot of fun with this one, and Requiem is horrible, but I kind of like it better, actually, because the first one's PG-13, and the second one just goes full R. It's really violent. It's really absurd. It has an alien-predator hybrid, but it's ridiculous, but I really like it. Alright, next up, kind of a weird one. It's Journey to the Mysterious Island. I actually like this movie for some reason. Can't really explain it. It's probably because Dwayne Johnson. I'm kind of a Dwayne Johnson fan. I watched this one with some friends, and they like put it in. I was like, why are we watching this? But then I was like, hey, I like that, so I got on Blu-ray. Alright, next up is the remake of Conan the Barbarian. This movie sucks. It's so bad. I like Jason Momoa. I mentioned him earlier, and Bullet to the Head. And I got this one because it was actually Black Friday. It was like $2, $2 or $3. I was like, hey, you know what? I'll check it out. I'll give it a chance because I like bad action movies. This was hard to sit through, actually. It was pretty horrible. So that's why I own it, because I got it cheap. I hadn't seen it before. Don't check this one out. But hey, you know what? If you like it, opinions are cool. Next up is probably what some would say would be the worst movie in my collection. And that is A Good Day to Die Hard. I know what you're thinking. Why do you own this? It's because I got it for $5, like the day it came out. Because it came out at Target, it was $10, and I had like a $5 coupon. And I was like, alright, I'll check it out. And it was pretty bad. Next up is Dune. David Lynch. I really like David Lynch. A lot. And I really don't like this movie. It's so bad that David Lynch doesn't like this movie. The man who made the movie doesn't like the movie. So that should tell you enough about Dune. Why do I own it? I don't know. We got a trilogy coming up next. Bam! Ninja Turtles. I wouldn't count this one as a guilty pleasure or a bad movie. I think it's actually pretty solid, but I wanted to put the trilogy together. This one is bad, but I love it. It's a lot of fun, and I love Vanilla Ice. And this one is horrible, but I had a really good time watching it with my friend and making fun of it. So, yeah. Whoop. Up next, Wrath of the Titans. Yeah, this movie just kind of sucks. I don't even remember why I have this. I think I bought it because I hadn't seen it yet. And I don't know why I bought it, because I didn't like Clash of the Titans. I thought it was kind of bad. But I got this one anyway. It actually has a pretty cool opening, and I was like, hey, maybe this won't be that bad. And it was. Up next is That Awkward Moment. I don't know why I bought this one either. I kind of like Zac Efron, actually. I think he's a solid actor. Now he's kind of coming to his own. And I like Miles Teller. And I really like Michael B. Jordan. I didn't see it in theaters, and I saw it for pretty cheap, and I picked it up, and it was horrible. So, I wouldn't recommend this one. Here we got Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie. It's actually really funny because I'm not a big fan of the show. I never really got it. And for some reason, I got this movie. I think it was one of the pawn shop ones, and I really liked this movie. Thought it was really, really funny. I know a lot of people don't like it, a lot of people don't get the humor behind it, but I laughed a lot. I thought it was really funny, and it's a guilty pleasure for me. Alright, here we got Showgirls. I really like this movie. I think it's really awesome, and it kind of rides that balance of guilty pleasure, but I think this was actually kind of ahead of its time, because it's made in this really satirical way. I don't think people understood at that time, and so they hated it. I know it has a really massive cult following, but it's also still universally hated, so I kind of count it as a guilty pleasure. But watch a movie and kind of view it as a comedy and as an actual intentional comedy, and I think you might like it. Next up, we got Runner Runner. This is another one that I didn't see in theaters, and I saw for cheap, and I picked it up because I was like, hey, you know what, whatever, I'll watch it. And it sucked. And last, but certainly not least, is Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Angelina Jolie, the first one. I love this movie. It's a really, really fun action movie. It's bad, but I think you can have a really good time if you check your brain at the door. And Angelina Jolie is awesome. So that's it for my bad/guilty pleasure movies I own on Blu-ray. Thank you guys for watching it. I appreciate it. And if you want to check out my other videos, I'll put the links down below, or you can just subscribe to me, like this video, favorite it, subscribe, do all that good shit. Thanks guys. Have a good day.